What's going on, everybody? Today we are doing a 2025 predictions bingo card. Now I know that I pulled this up on the previous stream and I didn't have enough thought up ahead of time. This time I came prepared. I've got a list of shit that I actually want to put on the bingo card. It's just a matter of where we place them because we want to go for ideal. Some of these are a little more far-fetched than others, but a lot of these are just ones that came into. It took me a while to come up with these. That's why I didn't do them on the first stream of the year. Otherwise, we would have done that then. Either way, I'm gonna go over each one as we go through it, but I'm excited to see how this ends up turning out. All right, here we go. So for our first column, the top left corner, which by the way, middle is always going to be a free space, even though I think technically that would mean one of these that I have written down doesn't go on there, which is fine because I have no problem deliberating between these. I started off really strong when it came to thinking of ideas for this, and then it took me a while after I got to number 8, and then after the next 8, it took a lot longer. So the first thing I immediately wrote down on this note when I was coming up with the list is, and we've been talking about this, I don't know if it's likely to happen this year, but I'm interested to see what would happen if it did happen. Yeah. That's... boom. Ubisoft goes under. Now, Ubisoft's had a terrible fucking streak, an awful streak. Like, it has been unbelievable how many bad decisions they've made back to back, how poorly they're doing right now. And it's not necessarily that I'm preying on their downfall. It's just I've talked ad nauseum how much I can't stand the stupid things that they have done with the franchises that were so good and enjoyable, just through mostly purely greedy decisions. I've never seen a company. I never thought a company would surpass EA in terms of greedy companies. And I think EA was the big greedy company back in 2016. It was so quickly that it changed too. Ubisoft became such a shit company. I don't hate Ubisoft. The contrary to how much shit I talk about it. I wish that they didn't overdo the stupid monetization practices. That's it. That's all it really was. And then it became a problem because it spiraled out of control. You could argue Call of Duty's in the same boat. Like, it is getting pretty bad like a lot of the updates they're making now are just purely in favor of playtime, like a mobile game. So it's unfixable. Ubisoft, however, has just released like 4 games in a row that were basically dead on arrival. They're terrible, and one of them was NFT based, which I can't even fathom in the modern day. So I'm not gonna put this next one in the I category. I am gonna put it in the I category, but I'm not gonna put it right to the right of Ubisoft. I think I'm gonna put it right here in the diagonal middle, and that is going to be and I know this is I would hate for this to happen, but I think GTA 6 getting delayed is pretty likely. Something about it just seems too good to be true. Does that make sense? It feels so close, but so far at the same time, right? I'll be happy to get this one wrong. That's what I'm thinking. But if not, I want to use it in conjunction with the free space and Ubisoft going under, because that's maybe like that's one bad news and one good news, back to back. Next on this diagonal for the G slot, we're gonna be doing Nintendo sue someone unreasonably. Whoops. It's just so unbelievably likely for Nintendo to issue another dumb lawsuit like with Power World in the next year. They've done it they did it with Pokemon Uranium. They've done it with Pixelmon. They've done it so many times. I guess, does a cease and desist count as a lawsuit? It doesn't, huh? That'll just cover our bases, just in case it's a cease and desist to somebody. Like if Cobblemon gets a cease and desist this year, that would count, right? Just in case. I just want to make sure we cover our bases. I want to put one in the bottom right corner that I know is likely. The question is, which of these is likely? Damn, this is going to be a difficult one. Okay, I'm just going to start filling in some other ones. We'll see what falls in place, yeah? You know what? This one's pretty vague. We'll run with it. For bottom right corner, I'm going to go with a. This will be a pretty interesting. It's pretty. This one's pretty general. Huge VR game releases. I'm just hoping we get another big VR game. This one could be a pretty general, pretty possible thing. Yeah, I feel like this could work. So that's a bingo we're really hoping for a line on, kinda. Almost. Next, this one's gonna be a hopeful. We're gonna put it where I don't expect to get a bingo, which is gonna be down the eye line here. So it's direct bottom middle eye line, or bottom eye line. No Minecraft YouTuber scandal. Like, I know this is asking a lot, but that's why it's in the I category, because I don't think I'm going to get the straight up and down one, and it's not attached to the free space at all. So I don't want to waste any of our possible free space lines with stuff like that. I want to be more likely than anything, you know? Next up, this one is actually going to go, I'll probably put it, I want to line it along with, this little O category might be my brightest timeline section here. Let's do Fortnite takes over 2K Sports. There we go. Ever since we watched that showcase for the Fortnite Sports Engine on stream, I've been dying to see the day that comes out and just removes the viability of the EA Sports games. It'll be so satisfying. At least 2K. From the way that the basketball in the Fortnite showcase looked, it already looked like it had solid fundamentals back then, and that was almost half a decade ago, I think. This one's just hoping that they release that stuff this year. It feels like this would be a good year for them to do so. Unless I made this shit up and we never actually saw them showcase this stuff, but I swear we did, and just nobody thinks about it. I don't know, I haven't heard anybody talk about it since. Actually, this B category will be my darkest timeline, probably. Let's do... next Call of Duty is still Warzone focused. This one's basically a freebie, like almost guaranteed. But it's one that I also want to be happy to be wrong about. So these two next videos are kind of works, I guess. This one is going to be also Call of Duty related. This one is also zombies related. BO6 Primus / Ultimus Return. I feel like obviously there was those leaks that we heard about, unfortunately, so this might end up being a freebie as well. But I have a feeling that COD's slowly gonna back itself into a corner this with BO6, where zombies is kind of its saving grace. I don't know. I've only been playing zombies lately. I have not been touching multiplayer, and I know there's like 100 new game modes they've tried to throw in there. And some bullshit collab with Squid Game as well. What do I want? Let's do top of the O category. VictoryTGH reaches 1K subs on YouTube. Now that could be possible with the format that we have coming up this year. I'm pretty confident. I'm thinking ideally the goal is 52 videos for 52 weeks, so a video a week. If I'm lucky. Ideally, every stream we should come away with something to show off and pop up on the main channel, and I'd be proud of that. And I love doing stuff like this where I can talk about more interesting things and more opinionated pieces. So this is the perfect things for that. So hopefully in my brightest timeline section, the straight down O, we've got something good so far. Another one that's going to go in that category, which I'm going to put it down here in the bottom section, is, and this one's kind of subjective. Superhero movies are great this year. Now that could literally mean anything. We know Superman is coming out this year. We know that we've got Captain America obviously in February and Thunderbolts in July. Or is it June? It's in the summer. But hopefully the Marvel movies are upper tier this year. That's what I'm hoping for, especially after it's been a little while since we've had a lot of releases. I would like for it to be some good superhero media again. From what the DCU looks like it has so far, I'm excited. I haven't looked at Creature Commandos yet. I'm gonna check it out. I know they showed off like a little silhouette of Bat Universe's Batman. I'm really interested to see what that looks like. But hopefully, you know, I'm hoping for the best. I have full belief in James Gunn and his ability to bring this universe to life. I just want to see what happens. Really, for this one, it all kind of falls into whether or not the Marvel movies are good, which is, to me, there haven't been that many bad Marvel movies. But again, like I've said before many times, I'm not hard to please. I'm a Marvel fan. I'm also like a DC Comics fan. So I'm not going, it's not, to me, I just like seeing it. I'm always going to like seeing it, you know? Which, I also saw that there was this claim, which let me double check it right now. I saw that there was this claim that Iron Man was 100% completely unknown before Iron Man 2008. But that's what I thought. That is what I thought. Iron Man did in fact have an animated series. Iron Man the animated series, yes, came out around the time of Batman the animated series. This is the one I'm talking about. 1994 to 1996. Okay. So these two blurred in my mind, I'm guessing. What is it? Iron Man animated series 1994. Show me this. Yeah! Triangle-ass Tony Stark. Look at this guy. Look at him. Does he pop up on screen? You guys see that? Yeah. Look at him. This guy. This was a thing. And it's like, obviously, I don't know. I had Spider-Man blankets as a kid, and that's how it all kind of started for me. And these were the shows that were on like at the time, because they were right before we had gotten, I think we had just gotten the new Spider-Man as well. I don't fucking remember. I was too young for me to remember exactly what the situation was. I'm gonna put this dead in center. Google/Android, whoops, VR headset release here then Q3. Google or Android will release a better headset than the Quest 3. This one is partially hopeful, also partially not, because I have the Quest 3 and I'd hope to hold on to it for quite a while. But I know there were talks about them cooking something up over like the last year or two. So surely this is the year they give us more details on that. So I'm gonna put that right to smack dab in the middle. I feel confident about it. Okay. So I was debating back and forth on which one I wanted to put down for this. So Drake album releases. And so I was back and forth on whether or not it would do well. But I settled on still does numbers, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, but unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? You get me. You get me. Okay, we're halfway there, right? For 8, 12, yep, halfway there. Okay, now we're gonna do some of the more, general ones, right? I'm thinking bottom left corner. AI declares sentience / AI scare. Did I spell it? Do I really have to double check myself? I spelled this shit right, didn't I? AI declares sentience / AI scare. A lot of these I'm not, like, a lot of these are self-explanatory. I don't need to go too into explanations on. I think I'm gonna, when it gets to the back, or the ones on the back might need more explaining, I think. This one is going to be one, I'm going to slap this on a good one here. Let's go. So this one here is going to be YouTube updates live page for discovery. This would be so great for YouTube Live, for YouTube streaming, if they would just update a live section or like a streaming page for discovery purposes. To my knowledge, it still doesn't exist. Still does not exist. Obviously, more and more streams have been popping up now when I'm just browsing, but that's not what we want. All right, Minecraft update adds raccoons. Now, as they are not an endangered, and in fact they're the opposite of an endangered species, this is unlikely to happen. However, we could hope. We could hope. I just wanted to throw one out there that I thought was interesting. And I was really scraping for ideas at the end there. Super Bowl one was one that I saw was a common one. So I double checked what the playoff standings were. As per usual, Raiders aren't in there, but hey, we tried, right? And so I was doing Ravens versus Chiefs, unfortunately. Chiefs, Super Bowl, Ravens win. Going Ravens to win that one. It seems likely. I know the Chiefs have a really good record this season, but it's just something feels like it's bound to happen. And I feel like it'll be a repeat of a previous game, a previous bowl, right? I don't know. Speaking of another sports one that, you know, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't happen. This one, as much as I would hate for it to happen, it seems like it's what's shaping up to happen here. LeBron leaves the Lakers. I was thinking about speculating him on where he would go, but I don't want to. I want to leave it a little open, right? If it's already salt in the wound that he's leaving my team, I don't want to try to. I want to at least get the green square, you know, to feel good about it. There. All right, we've got 7 left, so this one's gonna be an easy one. This one is Elder Scrolls 6 Showcase. I don't know how they're gonna showcase it, but I would like to see some of the world. That was like the main thing. I was thinking if they show off the world in some way, I want to see what the world looks like. That's really what has been holding me back. They've showed off like that little flyover when they showed the title. I need a little more than that, Todd. It's been a while. I'm starting to actually forget where some of these are. Okay, this one is pretty vague as well. And hell, this one would have scored this year had I predicted for this year. But legendary content creator retires. Just gonna get ahead of the curve there. That one feels like it's going to happen. Not sure who, not sure when, but it seems like it's bound to happen. If it's been happening this year, it'll happen again next year. Sorry, it happened last year, it'll happen again this year. Finishing up on the pretty harmless ones here, I think. Game of the Year is a new IP. This one's not like a crazy thing to say. It's not unlikely, right? But I'm not expecting it to be the Elden Ring, the new Elden Ring or anything like that, you know? I'm expecting it to be a new IP. Just something that hasn't come out yet. Maybe it's something that hasn't been talked about. Maybe it has been talked about. Who knows? But we'll come back to this at the end of the year and determine on what exactly it qualifies as, if it is something that isn't, you know, if it's up in the air for debate. Robots in houses become common. I'm just gonna put it right here. This one's like also very kind of likely. Like, we've already seen that plenty of companies plan on releasing robots this year, so I feel like that's also one that I feel like is an easy score. But you know, hoping for the best, right? So this one is interesting, and this is within the year of 2025, right? I'm gonna put it here. Actually, I kind of don't want it there. I want it up here in the G section. There we go. TikTok doesn't find a replacement. Not that I wish that it doesn't, but I feel like it's hard to find another app with monetization like that, like to get that set up so quickly. I don't know if Lemonade has like a crazy monetization program already ready to go, waiting in the wings or anything like that, but it's going to be hard to find people who are willing to stay and make content on that platform. You know, TikTok got lucky at first, and then they built a good platform around that for creators to stick around. And I don't know if, you know, I haven't been convinced to want to jump over to Lemonade just yet. But then again, I was late to TikTok too, so that might be that they're doing something right. I don't know. Here we go. This is also going to be a one convention. Ideally, I'll end up actually going somewhere gaming or streaming related, like TwitchCon or whatever the fuck's going on this year. Because I keep saying I'm going to do it every year, and then we never do, because something always gets in the way. And now for the final slot, not like I've been saving anything crazy for last, I actually just can't find it. It's the one I skipped over, and it was the one that was arguably the least interesting. The new iPhone has less features somehow. I feel like that's a good one to bank on. And that looks like that's going to be it. So this is our predictions for the year. We're going to come back at the end of the year for one of the last streams of the year probably, and we're going to go back and see whether or not we scored bingo or not. I'm not sure what we're going to do if we do score bingo. I have all year to figure that out. And so really it's future me's problem. So that guy's going to figure it out, and he'll come back and look at this and remember last minute that I said that it would be decided then. But a lot of these, you know, there's some that I'm hoping do happen, some I'm hoping don't happen, some that I'm just guessing are likely, you know. We'll see. We'll see. I tried to cast a wide net on things that I'm interested in and see what's up. But Anybody who's watching this on the main channel, come check out the streams every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 5:30 to 9:30 PST. We're always coming to starting the first bit of the stream with some sort of thing like this. I love doing cool, interesting tier list, bracket, whatever, for something to start the stream off. And then for the rest of the stream, we have our game of the day, and of course, whatever else is going on. So today, like this stream, we're going to be jumping into Marvel Rivals and getting ourselves up to Diamond and Rank before the season ends. But without further ado, thank you for tuning into the video. I'll see you guys real soon, and peace. Thank you for coming back to the channel, and I'll see you guys all year long, once a week. Peace. There we go.